Welcome to Espresso Shots, episode 17, I believe. I'm sitting here this morning with Paul Miller.
You had to check your notes for that?
I did, well, I want to... I do have to check my notes.
That's good.
I kind of have
No, I know, but just for the name, I think that was awesome.
Well, no, I was wondering where I was going to go next in this interview.
I hope this doesn't get edited.
No, this
Okay,
is
good.
This is the whole thing.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for coming.
So do you like my elaborate setup?
It's great. This is, as a society, we're getting lonelier. I was just thinking about Facebook today and thinking, like, the reason I wanted to be on here is because it looks like fun and I don't want to experience it from a distance, right?
I want to get involved.
Oh, I want to be part of the traffic report, but...
Spent a lot of time together. I know you as a customer, and I've met you through a few different events that kind of go on through the community, and admire you whenever you getting involved in things. So that's awesome. But there, if you dive deep enough into the internet, you'll find some dark history about people.
True.
So I did that this morning.
Nice.
I dove in as far as I could find. So what can I get? What can I get on this guy?
It's a gotcha espresso shot.
So here it is.
All right.
So on Facebook, you go as Paul Miller with an A.
Yes.
Miller with an A.
Yes.
But on other listings, I see you Miller with an E.
Yes.
So what's the deal there? Is it an A or is it an
Well, it's both, depending on church life. No, I don't have a separate life. It's really just people get it wrong.
E? What is it? Is it A or E?
It's A. It's A. It's my fine Scottish heritage.
A.
I got all excited about this espresso because I don't
Okay, let's do our espresso shot here before we forget to do it. Oh, Paul chugging this right now. He's like, I don't want any more.
Oh, that's nice. See, I said I'm not an espresso guy, but
So you don't have to sit and drink a big cup of coffee, have your espresso, then you're done with
I
it.
might be an espresso guy. You don't have lemon and some salt. Lemon and some salt. Lemon and some salt.
But here's what's really irking me these days.
Yeah.
I find it takes longer to make toast than it used to.
Yes.
Notice that?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have a follow-up to that.
No,
but
I don't know if it's an age thing, because when I was younger, it seemed I'd make toast and it would be ready. But now it's like I'm waiting and waiting.
Well, I think when
waiting.
we were younger, we're easily distracted by shiny things and our brother punching us or
I still
whatever.
am.
And while that's happening, but now I think we're kind of like, you put the toast down and you don't go to do other things. You're just like...
I do go do other things and I forget I put toast down. And I come back and like, oh, the toasts are cold and...
Is it plugged in?
It is plugged in. So Paul, I know one thing about Paul is he likes movies.
Yes.
He's a movie guy. So in the background, I put on the Blues Brothers today. I thought, I wonder if you'll catch
Mission
that.
from God, absolutely.
They're dancing around. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
So I want to talk a bit about movies. And my introduction to movies, I grew up in a small town, Paul, called Shefferville, Quebec.
Okay.
It was a town of a population of about 4,000 people, a mining community, no roads in and out of town.
Okay.
Half the town was French, half was English. Or probably a quarter, and then half would be Cree native. So we had the Montagnier Cree, and we had the Naskapi Cree. So a lot of Indians, I guess we'll call them, if we're allowed to, and I guess we were the white people. So we used to go to theaters. So we had a theater there called the Roxy Theater, and it was a big deal. So I was born in '67. So when I was 7 or 8, I started to go to the movie theaters. The first movie that I remember seeing in a theater was Jaws in 1975.
Nice.
Scared the crap out of a generation.
Oh, totally.
Really, it's like I'm still afraid to go into water to this day because of that Jaws movie. But before Jaws came along, the only movies that were ever shown, Paul, were old westerns. That's all we ever saw.
Yeah.
So we have a theater full of Indians and the white kids.
Yeah.
And in all those movies, there was always an Indian getting shot. And as soon as that happened, all the white kids would kind of cheer, and we'd kind of go on, and then every now and then maybe a white guy would get speared or something, and the natives would all cheer, and nothing ever bad ever happened, like maybe throwing popcorn at each other and stuff like that. But it was funny, right? Like that was my movie experience. And then 1977 comes along, Star Wars comes out. It's like blows my mind. Like Star Wars, like, and everyone's in there. It's like crazy, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a Star Wars guy. I never really followed the saga, but I remember that movie. But the year after that, 1978, I think it was, comes John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John in Grease.
Wow.
And Olivia Newton-John in those black pants. Man, I'll never forget that episode. And that kind of launched me into my movie kind of fascination right there.
It was Olivia Newton-John.
I think it was Olivia Newton-John.
I love the sound of your town. It's like they said no roads, and we're gonna like French, First Nations, like Anglos, like figure out Canada.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so this is my earliest like sitting at home watching a movie memory is I woke up and The Shining was on. I was 9.
Nice.
And 2 little girls in a hallway. Who knew that could be so terrifying? I jumped behind the couch. There was like a gap like this.
Yeah.
And I fell asleep wedged between the couch and the wall listening to Jack Nicholson. So
Here's Johnny! Here's Johnny!
that's it. So I don't know what that's done to me. I'm thinking it's going to play out.
So you had a whole system there. All right, so I'm going to test your movie knowledge a little bit.
Nice.
Like it. So I'm going to give you some quotes and see if you can name the movie, the actor, and maybe the year the movie was
Name
out
the
there.
actor and the year, okay.
Yeah. And I was looking at Netflix this morning,
Yeah.
critically acclaimed, Finding Nemo. Agree or disagree?
I
Disagree.
I disagree.
Right? Yeah, I disagree with that too. Okay. That'll do, pig. That'll do.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. Okay. I inappropriately want to say Deliverance, but that...
it's from Babe.
Oh,
The movie
okay.
about the pig.
Well, I'm proud that I haven't seen that.
I mean, it's not a bad movie at all.
Critically acclaimed?
It might have been. Here's an easier one for you. Wax on, wax off.
Oh, that's Karate Kid. Pat Morita, 84?
Yeah, right on. 84.
Nice.
Nice one, Paul.
And I'm not cheating.
Here's one. You talking to me?
Oh, that's, hold on. A Taxi Driver, De Niro, 80?
76.
76.
But yeah, I didn't think you
Year
were
I was
going to get
born.
Taxi Driver because a lot of people think that's from The Godfather or from a different
Right.
movie.
No.
But it's from Taxi Driver. Right on. Good one, Paul. What we've got here is a failure to
Oh,
communicate.
great film. Cool Hand Luke. Now, the actor.
Makes his own sauces. He used to make his own sauces.
No, but it wasn't Paul Newman who said it. It was the guy, the warden of the prison when he's down in the ditch. I forget his name. I would say 66.
Nah,
I'm way off.
67. Way off. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't think I would have got that one.
No.
Because I remember that from a Guns N' Roses song.
Well, yeah, like that's
That
one of
clip,
those
right?
lines that
Yeah.
define the era, right?
Okay, here's one for you.
All right.
Mama says stupid. Mama says stupid as stupid does.
You almost said that like him. So that's Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump. 94.
Oh my God! Right on the mark, Paul. 94.
And
Wow.
I gotta say, not a fan of that movie.
No,
I don't know.
There's some funny parts in it, but it kind of it's pretty repetitive, right?
I feel like a neat idea, but then it just became a montage of let's just stick him. Hey, we can take old footage and stick somebody in it. So let's just spend an hour watching him.
So your favorite Tom Hanks movie then? What would it be? Because he's got a ton of them out there.
I know. I want to say Saving Private Ryan, only because I was forced to see that in the front row, and I felt like I had shell shock afterwards. But I don't know. Maybe Philadelphia.
Yeah, that was a pretty
Just
impactful
because
movie.
that was the first one where somebody really transitioned from being like Tom Hanks' bachelor party, like wacky comedian, to really doing a serious dramatic thing.
Boozing buddies, and then all of a sudden he's playing some big roles. I like Captain Phillips as well. There's a bunch of great movies, and you gotta love. What's the one where he gets on the island with the volleyball?
It's funny. I was thinking about that.
Castaway.
Yeah,
that's a great movie.
Yeah,
Wilson.
Yeah,
nice. Good for you. Okay, if you build it, he will come.
If you build it, they will come.
He will come.
He will come. Oh, see, because I was thinking that was Field of Dreams.
It is Field of Dreams.
But no, it's they will come because they're talking about the baseball players coming from the field. He wants to bring them back.
Okay, the quote I got off the internet was
Oh.
he, and I questioned it too because I thought maybe. And who was in that movie?
Well, it's Kevin Costner,
Yeah.
but he didn't say it. That was the instruction he received.
Okay.
Year.
Look at this guy. And what year?
Oh, 93 I'm going to go with.
Yeah, you're a little bit.
I don't know.
Actually, 89, so even earlier than that. So
okay.
that goes
That's
back.
a hard one to place, though.
That goes back a bit. Here's from one of my favorite movies of all time. I mean, funny, like I'm a clown, like I amuse you.
Oh, nice. That is Joe Pesci from Goodfellas. That's probably 91, 90? I don't know, 91?
Yeah, and I couldn't peg the date on that one, but
Okay.
yeah, it's I think it's in the 90s.
Yeah.
So great movie.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that movie.
Never shown it at church before.
No, I wonder
Weird,
why.
yeah.
There'd be a lot of bleep, 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 bleep.
It'd just be anytime Joe Pesci's on the screen, just a steady, long, like, heart monitor, the guy's giving up. Yeah.
I'm kidding. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Oh, that is Al Pacino, Godfather 3.
Right on.
And I think they did that, like, I'm going to say 98.
I'm gonna give you that one because I don't know the date on that one. I don't
Okay.
know. You make me want to be a better man.
See, I feel like I should know that. You make... Hold on. No, I'm blanking.
No way. So it's As Good as It Gets with Jack Nicholson.
I had never
and
seen
Helen
that.
Hunt.
That's why I never...
It's a great movie. If you have a chance to watch it.
I've always heard it. It's just one of those that's always kind of slipped by. You're right?
Yeah, and I always thought it was kind of a date movie, but it's actually, whenever you put Jack Nicholson into a movie, it's hard to define it as a date movie.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty cool movie. They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom.
Oh, that's a little Mel Gibson before he went off. Well, maybe he was already off the rails in terms of his problems, but yeah, a little Braveheart. And that was earlier than you'd think, I believe. That was like 97.
Yeah, 95. So
95,
yeah,
okay.
right in that mark.
Yeah.
Man, you know what? You've got all of them except the Jack Nicholson movie. So wow, good for you.
Hey, there you
Hey,
go.
look at that. So a few more questions and we'll wrap things up. Anything else you wanted to kind of add to this awesome
No,
interview?
man.
We can probably go on all day. Or
Yeah, next Monday? No.
Well, we should just do it live. You just do it live. We should do it live, Facebook Live.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Book it.
We're booked. We're booked in. And if you guys don't want to see that, put a thumbs down. But if you do want to see it, put a thumbs up.
Yeah.
We'll do that. That sounds like a lot of fun. And I'll polish up on my trivia. Maybe we'll pick a movie. Maybe we'll do like the movie. Here's what we should do. We should do the movie review.
Totally.
Pick a movie,
We'll watch it together.
watch it, and then
Absolutely.
we'll review it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Who are the two guys that used to do that? What were their names?
Siskel and Ebert.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, this is, you get together and all of a sudden, hey, let's have a movie night.
Yeah,
That's a real thing humans can do together.
There you go.
Amazing.
Okay, so here we go. Last few questions
All
for
right.
you. Favorite movie of all time?
This always shifts around. I feel like right now, I'm actually really into the movie Patton with George C. Scott.
Okay.
It was made at the height of the anti-war, and nobody wanted to make a war movie, but George C. Scott did in a way, and the way they shot it is, because it was 1969, and it's just, he does such a compelling role that if you're anti-war, you really, there's a lot to grab onto, but then if you're like, it just, everyone was able to grab onto it, and he does such a compelling acting job with that character. Yeah, that, I don't know. That comes and goes as a top pick for me. But
We'll see next time we meet if it's
Yeah.
the same.
it'll be 12 Angry Men next week.
Okay.
From 1950.
The most oddball movie that you watched and you liked.
Who that I watched?
And most people probably go, really?
Yeah. Well, most people probably haven't seen it. It's called Love's Labour's Lost.
Love's
which is the
Labour's
least,
Lost, okay.
It's the least performed Shakespeare play ever, but Kenneth Branagh and a bunch of other people that you would recognize made it. They made it, took it into the late 1930s and made a musical of it. But it's got and they've worked in all these great 1940s jazz ballads. It's a musical. They do dance numbers. It's Shakespeare, but it's funny. It's so weird. But
You'd recommend
I
checking
would
it out?
recommend it.
Now,
If
is
you
that
can-
something you
if
find on
can-
Netflix, or that's something you gotta
No, if
search
you can
out?
find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know what? I watched one on Netflix a few weeks back. It was called Mascots.
Okay.
Have you seen that?
No.
Goofy, stupid movie. But at the end of it, it's about mascots and how they get to this competition.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, there's 5 or 6 mascots that make it, and they're doing their show on live stage. And there's this guy called the Fist, and he's just a big hockey fist with a stick. And it's like, I love the Fist, man. We watched it around Christmas with the kids, and when everyone was home, it's like laugh.
Like it's a
laugh.
documentary or it's all
No, it's kind of meant to be like a documentary, but it's
Right.
a movie,
Okay,
kind of
yeah.
all mashed together. So
Like a Spinal Tap kind of.
Yeah, if you got nothing to do and you see it on Netflix, it's worth kind of hitting it. You got work through a little bit of it, but you'll get a few chuckles out of it anyway. Most overrated movie of all time, and I'll tell you what mine is: Slumdog Millionaire.
You know, I never saw that.
Yeah, don't.
Probably because of all the hype.
Yeah.
I was like, someday I'll come back to it.
Yeah.
But
Well, I actually have that on. I have the DVD of that. So if you ever want to watch it, let me know. You can. I'll be more than happy to let
slide it in. Yeah. I don't know. I would actually probably go with the Forrest Gump.
Really? Eh?
Yeah. I just like. There's a cute.
Now we're ending this interview right now.
No, it's just like. You probably had a neat little 45-minute short film about him and Jenny or something.
Yeah.
But then, like, there's no real plot line. It's just, it almost, and when I watched it, it almost felt like it's almost making fun of somebody with a disability, because it's like, let's put him in this. Wouldn't it be funny to see this happen to him? And how,
No,
I don't know.
right.
It felt off.
Just it struck you the wrong way.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm calling this one the most. You hate to admit that you saw it in a theater, but you did.
Oh.
And I'll tell you mine.
Yeah.
I went to see Sex in the City with my wife. I was the only guy in the audience.
Wow.
And every time they told the joke, the women would stand up and clap. And I was so
Really?
embarrassed to be in there. But it was actually not a bad movie.
Oh, really?
But anyway, that's mine, Sex in the City. That was a few years back.
Oh, most embarrassed.
And not that there's anything wrong with women with clapping and enjoying a movie. It just,
There is.
I felt a little bit out of place there.
No, oh, gee, that's hard. See, it's, I don't know. I think you stumped me on that one. I usually...
Okay, we'll leave that one. We'll
Probably
leave
The Firm. Only because,
With
like,
Tom Cruise.
it's the only one I ever walked out of.
Oh, yeah?
Because I got to the point where I realized I don't actually care what happens to any of these characters. So I was kind of... I just felt bad I'd wasted my money. But.
You know, I fell asleep through Phantom of the Opera, and when I first met Cynthia in Calgary, went to see Phantom of the Opera, and it's like I fell asleep.
Like real, like...
Yeah, it's like the planes.
I did that in Miss Saigon. I woke up in Toronto when like the helicopter landed on stage. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I went back to sleep.
But I had worked nights the night before, so... Okay, so the movie that you've watched over and over, probably the most times in your life, just because you got a kick out of it, is what?
Probably... it's actually probably 12 Angry Men. I think it's the...
Movie?
You know, I'll revisit. I'll put Patton aside. 12 Angry Men. It's just the way it's shot, and every character in it is compelling. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, there you have it. There's our movie wrap-up. I think Paul did a great job. Not that you impressed me more than I thought you would, because I knew you'd nail those things. It's awesome. Are you planning on doing the movie thing again that you did last year?
Yeah, we did Westport Film Society. We just have to figure out the licensing because it's kind of expensive, and I like it to be free, but because it was about $600 a year just to be able to publicly show the films.
So
right?
do we need to start like a GoFundMe to get that dealt with, or?
Well, maybe because if we do, or we charge a small admission. But we would watch films and learn about filmmaking and things like that. So it's something we might do again. Yeah.
Nice. Anything else you want to talk about, or?
No, man.
Well, it was a great episode. I mean, I really enjoyed chatting with you. So it's I don't even think I'm going to edit much of this. I think we'll play it through, and if people are keen on watching it, they can. Maybe I'll go back and I'll go, okay, if you don't want to watch it more, you can stop here.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
You want to do an impression of somebody, or like you want to do something, some movie that's like, there must be one line that you kind of use in your life.
Oh.
Like, go ahead and make my day. Or...
I forget the film, but and I forget the film, but no, you know what? I know. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Right.
John Candy, Stephen Martin, in the final conflict after, hands between two pillows, or maybe it's right before that, but Steve Martin gives him everything, just you're ignoring, you don't shut up, you da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And John Candy says, you know what, all of that might be true, but I like me. It's like, yeah, I like me. I'm a mess, I got all kinds of problems, but I like me. I like you, I like me, I like me.
And I'm a mess and he likes me. That's great.
There you go.
Awesome. So give us that line. Your serious face, now that we know what it is.
Now he stutters in it. He says, I like me. That's my best John Candy.
All right.
So I'm weak.
A line that sticks out in my mind, Paul, is I think it's from Twins. And it's Danny DeVito and Schwarzenegger. And I don't remember the scene, but they're in he's in DeVito's office, I think.
Yeah.
And he says, you don't have to be hungry to eat a donut. It is true. You don't have to be hungry to eat a donut.
wise words. Wiser words rarely spoken.
Tune in tomorrow. We'll hit you with another shot of Espresso Shots. If you like it, share it. Brought to you by the Cottage Coffee House here in downtown Westport, Ontario. Thanks again, Paul.
Yeah, man. Life is good.
Life is good.